LTC programming is supported by
Chamber of Commerce, and I'm so excited that you're tuning into this month's edition of Chamber Chat TV. We have a great first guest on with us today.
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
And of course, Richard Day from Radical Solutions.
Yes, yes.
I'm so excited to talk about your business. We've had you on the radio show, and we could have talked for an hour.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
let's see what we can get into 15 minutes.
All right, let's do it.
There's a lot of information.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so let's talk about Radical Solutions and who you serve.
Sure. So Radical Solutions is a full-service energy consultant. We serve the business community, and whether you're a large, small business, municipality, nonprofit, we have programs that can help you better control and reduce your energy costs.
So anybody that would be a chamber member is who you serve, essentially.
1,000%, yes.
Yeah. And we had a great mixer at Heritage Farm Ice Cream.
Yeah, it was a blast.
That you sponsored,
yeah, it was a blast.
So thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was very well attended,
yes,
so thank you
for
that.
Fun. So let's talk about deregulated
Yep.
energy, and what does that mean?
Yeah, that's really our core product. So deregulated energy means essentially you don't have to use National Grid or Eversource to purchase electricity or natural gas on your behalf. You can go shop that out in the open market.
Which most people don't realize that.
Most people don't realize that, or most people don't
take the time.
Shop to the level that will give them the biggest benefit. So what we do is come in and utilize our 8 to 15 suppliers and provide businesses with 8 to 15 different quotes for their service. So they know the shopping's been done, they know what the market looks like, and they know exactly what they're going to get.
Such a great service.
Yeah. It's free.
Yes, and also you're providing that, but also the knowledge that you have. You know the ins and outs of this industry.
Yeah, it's peace of mind. There's a lot of traps that you can fall into if you don't necessarily understand the contractual language or some of the terms and conditions that can get people stuck.
Definitely.
And we'll help manage all of that.
So how much does energy cost from utilities like National Grid and Eversource? Like
yeah, so for example, now they're about to, National Grid, we'll use National Grid as the example. That's predominantly what's in this area. They have summer and winter tariff rates. So the summer supply rate was somewhere around 9.5 cents. Starting in November, that rate's going to jump to 12.8 cents.
Interesting.
And that's because routinely electricity is going to be more expensive in the winter than in the summer, based on what's produced, not necessarily what's used. And
interesting. I would have thought it was the reverse.
Yep. So that's a 30% increase to what amounts to half of your bill.
That's substantial,
That's
especially for a big business.
Even for a small business, right? So it's scale, right?
And you're right, because small businesses, they need the savings wherever they can get them.
Exactly. So for example, we just saved a municipality about $40,000 over the life of their contract by reaching out to more suppliers and giving them a better rate than what they already had. But that's incrementally as beneficial to a restaurant that we can serve and save them $100 a month or $75 a month. That's equally as important to that restaurant as it is. So.
And I like that you have that mindset.
Exactly.
Because you realize that.
Yeah.
And as a chamber, we try to, well, I wouldn't say we try, but we realize that every business is the lifeblood of our community. And
exactly.
A $75 savings is substantial to a small business.
That could go, I mean, that's material, that's, something for an employee, that's, a new product, some advertising.
Definitely.
Every dollar they save is something they can put back into their business. So if we can help them find a couple more of those dollars without taking any out of their pocket,
Yep.
it makes it a pretty
And
easy.
you make it so easy for them too. You go see them. You
Exactly.
walk through the process. I mean,
Yeah.
you couldn't make it any easier for them.
It could not be simpler.
So towns like Lowell, Tewksbury, Billerica, they have town aggregations, and actually Lowell just came out with a new one.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So there's different rates that
Yeah.
a town would get, but sometimes what a town will do is, on behalf of all the ratepayers, whether they're commercial or industrial or residential, they'll negotiate a fixed rate for supply, which is the same thing we do on a business-to-business basis. Where you get in trouble as a business owner by just blindly accepting that rate is residential electricity is far more expensive than commercial electricity.
Yeah.
So when you talk about averaging a group of people together, you're subsidizing the cost of a residential ratepayer, right? Because the rate that Lowell has might be okay for residential folks compared to what they would pay with the utility, but it's far higher than what a commercial entity or an industrial entity or a nonprofit or a municipality could certainly do on their own by a wide margin.
And we're talking again about blindly accepting that you just have to take that rate.
Right.
And that's
A
your
lot of
rate.
people, either A, don't know they can change it, or B, assume that what the town is doing is in their specific best interest, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's in the interest of everybody,
Yes.
right? And sometimes that doesn't always match your best interest, right?
Definitely.
So there's a lot of ways we can improve upon that.
And he'll come right to you. So even if you have a lot on your plate, you can squeeze in. It doesn't take a long time to squeeze in, carve out some time.
That's
for
right.
this.
Yeah, no, we can, if you have your bills ready,
Yeah.
10 or 15-minute conversation.
That's great.
And then we come back and put everything on a nice, easy spreadsheet. So
Yeah.
you can see, all the suppliers, all the terms, all the prices, what you're going to save. It's all in like a 2-page file.
So with the different suppliers, are there different terms?
Yes. Yes. So we really can customize a
Yeah.
program and a plan for each
Yeah,
business. You know what I mean?
right.
Whether they want a really, really long-term solution or, they just want to make sure it works and
Yeah.
are willing to give up a little result to shorten that term
Definitely.
or anything in between. So.
Excellent. You make it so easy. Jeez. So we talked about towns like Lowell, Tewksbury, and Billerica who
Yeah.
have their own town aggregation. So why are those towns so expensive?
Yeah, so we talked about that a little bit, and I mean, there's a lot of reasons that could be.
Yeah.
The partner they used maybe, did the best they could.
Yeah.
But I'm sure most of it has to do with the mix of residential versus commercial ratepayers, right? There's certainly other towns that are in this area that are performing well under the utility averages. Lowell and some of the other ones, though, at least within your footprint,
Yep. Interesting.
are not performing the
Yeah.
way they could.
So what are the benefits of choosing your own supplier?
Sure,
Choice.
sure. Choice is probably first and foremost, right? The other big thing is not necessarily the savings, although that's important. It's hard to quantify, right? Because we don't really know what the rates are going to be in the future.
Yep.
We just know the trend is generally up. But what we can promise you is that cost stability, right? So now we're going to help you budget a big line item on the balance sheet a lot better. Instead of having rates fluctuate 30% between summer and winter, and then generally 10% to 15% more year over year,
Yep.
we're going to put a line through that, right? So now you know what my costs are today will be my cost tomorrow, will be my cost next year.
Yep.
And that allows you, again, free up money to help your business grow, not keep money to the side because I don't know what my utility costs are going to look like,
Yep.
in the winter, right?
If you want to be empowered as business owners, a lot of times you talk about all these regulations that you have no control over, but
Right.
this is something that you have total control over.
Right. I know there's a few of those that are just starting in October, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
being able to find some savings over here to offset some of that other
Yeah,
cost
definitely.
is not forget what is going to happen to rates in November.
Yep.
Just from a sense of, well, now I can recoup some of that cost that I'm being told I have to incur
Yep.
by saving some money over here. So
How quickly, if somebody decides to work with you, can they get themselves in a new plan?
yeah, so they can get themselves in a new plan right away.
Excellent.
When it actually starts will just depend on when the utilities go out and read their meter and
Yep.
when they can do kind of their back end work.
Excellent.
Generally, if you signed up for me today, tomorrow, the next day, you'd be looking at your November bill.
Yep.
Would be the first bill that reflects
That's great.
the lower
And
rate.
people are looking now, I think most businesses are looking to the next year, 2020,
Exactly.
in such a great way to kind of check something off the list before you even enter into the new year.
Yeah, and that's really how we try and quantify we call it cost avoidance, right? Because again, we talked about why it's difficult to actually say you're going to save this, but you're going to avoid costs,
Yeah.
right? So the way we present it back to you is we say the average cost of 2018 was this. So if you had our program at the beginning of this year, you would not have paid this much in utility costs. So if you agree with us on the premise that utility rates will either stay the same or go up,
Yep.
we're already showing you what you won't be paying on your utility bill, right? And then the more they go up, the better it is for you.
Yeah.
So
Money talks. People
that's
are
it.
gonna like that. Good approach.
That's it.
So how much does your service cost?
0.
Even better.
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah.
can just end on that, but we won't.
So we'll come in, we'll take a look at your bill, we'll take a look at your usage history, we'll run the whole procurement process, the whole bid process with all of our suppliers, and we'll come back with that 2-page results
Yep.
file that we talked about, and we'll help you make the right decision.
Excellent.
You don't owe us anything. You will not get a bill from us.
Wow.
And your bill won't change from the utility either, so you're not going to get a separate bill
Yeah.
from the supplier. Everything we do is going to be right on your existing
Wow.
utility bill.
So where is the downside on this? I'm not seeing any downside.
Yeah, so the downside is, in theory, utility rates could come all the way back down, and they could stay there.
Yep.
I don't know, look at a gallon of gas, a gallon of milk. Maybe there's weeks or months
Yeah.
that those prices come down, but then they creep back up. They're always creeping up, and there's a lot of reasons utility prices are the same way. That's the downside. I guess the other downside is you are signing a contract, right? You're telling the supplier that you're going to use approximately this much electricity, so
Yep.
breaking the contract is hard to do. But if you're confident that you're going to be saving money, if you're interested in stabilizing costs for a term, and we'll help you define that term,
Exactly. So it's not like if
so
somebody
you can
doesn't
decide
want
how
it
much
here, that
quote
they
unquote
only-
risk you
Yes.
want to take.
Yep.
So the downside is very minimum.
Yeah, and I mean the likelihood of electricity going way down. It reminds me of like the commercials for medications where there's like all these crazy side effects.
Yeah, right.
Going really fast, but like the likelihood of those actually
Right.
happening.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So can a business just find a supplier themselves?
Of course. So you don't need to use somebody like
Yep.
me or use our service.
You don't have the time.
You don't have the time. All contracts are different from the suppliers,
Yeah.
and there are no suppliers out there that if you went and got a price from them will tell you there's other suppliers that can do better. They're all going to tell you that they're the best price.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to spend the time to call 5 or 6 or 7 different suppliers, get all of their rates, map it out, review their contracts, and then make a decision, that's where what we're going to come in and do, again, for free.
Plus, you're an expert in your business, but you're probably not an expert in energy.
Correct.
So
Correct.
better off going
Yeah.
with a pro.
Yeah.
What other energy management services do you offer?
Sure. So there's a couple of things we do besides just fixing the supply cost. For example, we have a lot of solar options, not only for actually putting panels on your roof, but if you don't own your roof, or if you lease, or you just don't want panels up there, we have access to community solar, so the big solar farms.
How cool is
So we can
that?
tie you into the solar farms
Yeah.
and help you achieve, some of the benefits of solar,
Yeah.
and help you reduce costs and utility bills that way. We can also help you reduce demand. So first we control the supply and set the supply price. Then we figure out how to help you use less electricity. That's really the other side of the coin, right?
Yep.
So we'll come in, again, free of charge, come in and do an audit, look at your heating, cooling, lighting, thermostats, sensors, look at everything that we could possibly look at and put a proposal together that says, hey, look, if you went to this type of LED light bulb, or if you put in motion sensors that turn the lights on and off, or new thermostats that better controlled the temperature, this is how much you could actually reduce your electric bill. And then that's just a simple, ROI problem, right? It'll take me 4 months of savings to make back what it would cost to
Yeah.
do all the work.
But I also see it as a PR opportunity too.
Exactly.
Because some businesses can
Yeah.
say we're green, or we, get our
Exactly.
energy from a solar farm, or and
Exactly.
some clients and customers are going to really like that.
That's actually big for the municipalities right now that are all trying to be LEED or green certified or things
Yep.
like that. They have to have all energy efficiency. They have to reduce their consumption.
Yeah.
So there's all these things that come together. So there's a bunch of different ways we can help.
So we have only a minute left, if
Yep.
you can believe that.
That was
I told you
fast.
We could
Yeah,
talk
that
for
was
an hour.
fast.
So what information would you need from a business to get started, and how long does that procurement process take place?
Sure.
We talked a little
Yeah.
bit about already.
Very, very simply, I need one bill per account. So if they have if they get one National Grid bill, I need one bill, a recent one. That's it.
Yeah.
If they have 4 properties, I need 4 bills.
Yeah. Great.
After that, it takes anywhere from the next day to maybe 7 to 10 days. The larger customers, we have a little bit more of an extensive bid process.
Yeah.
But for most of your members, we would turn around rates the next day.
So easy. So make this your goal before 2020 or even before the holidays to get this taken care of. You're going to feel like you checked a major thing off your list.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%.
So if people want to get in touch with you, how would they do so?
Absolutely. So they could come visit you at the chamber and pick up some of the stuff that's there.
Love it.
See?
We have your postcards.
You can go to the website, www.radicalsolutionsllc.net, or you can give me a call, 508-346-3035.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It was awesome.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back to talk travel. You're watching Chamber Chat TV.
The technology, the creativity.
Their own countries, but
Lowell Telecommunications Corporation.
The world comes to Lowell, Massachusetts.
LTC is Lowell's Community Media and Education Center. We have the tools to help you express yourself and change the world. You have the stories that need to be told about people and organizations having a positive impact. Human needs and human rights. You are the person to tell that story on TV, and we can help. LTC offers video production classes and all the equipment you need to get your message out. Do it yourself, or use our professionals to help make it happen. Your story might be a half-hour talk show, event coverage, an original drama, documentary, or a social media post. We make it easy for you to express yourself and make a difference. Contact LTC to schedule an appointment to plan how to get your message out to the world.
Hi, and welcome back to Chamber Chat TV. I'm Danielle McFadden, president of the Chamber. I'm so excited to talk travel. Yes. Harry Garavanian with Garavanian Travel is a regular on this. I think we can say that, right?
Yep, definitely. And we always enjoy talking travel with Danielle. This is great.
I love talking travel. I don't get to do it often enough, but when I do it, I know the guys. And we have Mark Tardif here. He's with Celebrity Cruises, so I'm so excited. We have some great brochures, so I'm going to be like flipping through as we talk.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about Celebrity Cruises and what sets you apart from other cruise lines.
Yeah, absolutely. So Celebrity Cruises has been around for quite some time, actually. They started in 1960 as the Chandris line. It was a family-owned line. And it wasn't until 1997 where they joined forces with Royal Caribbean Cruises. So many people don't know, but Celebrity Cruises is part of Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited, and you have some other brands underneath that as well. What sets Celebrity apart from other brands is we're more of a premium luxury brand. I like to say we're luxury without the stuffiness.
I like that.
If you're looking for a higher quality of food, higher quality of service, entertainment, Celebrity is your go-to spot. More recently, we've developed all of our ships. We've spent over $500 million into all of our older ships to make sure that they're up to par with today's standards technology-wise and just the overall experience on board. On top of that, we're launching 5 new ships in the Edge class.
My gosh.
So yeah, it's the cruising industry is not struggling. We are doing very well, and we're happy to announce all these new changes. I think if you've never been on Celebrity Cruises, now's the time to join us.
One thing that's positive is nothing's always the same. Their
Yep.
culinary, they change the dishes, they change depending on the palate of the people. So in the last 10 years, a lot of things have changed. And
Yep.
the new vessel, the Edge, it's phenomenal. It's the technology on it. It's incredible. Like the balconies, the glass balconies, you push a button for the window to go up and down. And you can use it as an atrium in case of inclement weather. So there's a lot of features. I mean, Mike's saying they come out with different things, and he's right. And it's always they get the wisdom and the knowledge from the clients at sale.
Absolutely.
His retention, and a lot of longevity of his clientele. I mean, I remember when they're in their 20s, now they're in their 50s. They've been doing this, and they love the product.
The
It's really-
downfall of both of your jobs is you guys get to like test it all out, right?
Yeah,
Somebody has to-
unfortunately, we have to travel on cruise ships all the time. That's the downfall. But hey, someone's got to do
I
it.
feel so bad for you guys.
No, but Harry's right with that. We do listen to our clients. We have trade surveys that listen to our travel partners. We want to make sure that we're listening to make those changes on board, and we have listened over the years, and I think that's paid off for us. And I just saw on TV, I was really excited that we launched our new commercial. So
Awesome. I'll have
if
to-
you're watching TV, you'll see our brand new commercial for Celebrity Edge.
And now that you say that, like, when you like something is in your brain, then you just keep on seeing it. So
Oh,
now I
yeah,
recognize it.
absolutely,
Yeah, that's great.
absolutely.
That's really
it.
exciting. So how has and I guess this is for both of you, but how has the cruising industry changed over the years?
I'll let you
I'm
start.
sure you have a lot of insight.
I think I think the competition, not as much cruise ships against one another. It's the person going to the island by themselves. This way, you get an opportunity to go to the different islands, but the atmosphere. I think
Right.
the atmosphere has changed. More relaxed setting as far as the dining options. The culinary, I think, is huge. They've made it more easy, if you're a disabled person, to get on. They've got scooters. These are for the people, so it leaves the opportunity for a lot of people to come on. And I think with the staff that Celebrity has, it's outstanding. They can't do enough for you. They do just enough where they're not in your face type of people, but they're just very good. They're very cordial. You walk in the dining room, it's just a very comfortable feeling.
Yeah, I think from my side, I've been with Celebrity for 6 years. I've seen a change where younger adults are now cruising more so than ever. I think cruising had a taboo where it was like, and I hate to say this, old people cruise.
Having to like form lanes.
Yeah, and it's not quite like that anymore. And I think Celebrity and Royal Caribbean and some other brands have really transformed to cater more towards the young adults that want a vacation, because at the end of the day, cruising is the best way to see so many different places at really a lower price point than if you were to go there and try to backpack, rent hotels,
Rent cars,
all that.
transportation.
You unpack once, and everything's taken care of for you. With Celebrity, it's all inclusive. So the food, the drink, the service, we even give you $300 to spend on board with whatever you want.
Very cool.
And as far as technology goes, everyone has the iPhone or the applications, and so we have now a Celebrity application where you can actually take a selfie of yourself at home and check in, do all the check-in process at home.
Wow.
When you get to the pier, all you do is show your phone, you scan, and you get right on board the ship. There's no more waiting in lines or talking to people. So we've really advanced technologically,
Yep.
and just to attract more millennials and young adults that want to cruise.
And when you mentioned the food, that's a little bit
Yeah.
more upscale. That's what I immediately thought of millennials, kind of the foodies.
Absolutely, yeah, and we cater to different religions, dietary restrictions. I think what Celebrity does best is we make a lot of our food from scratch daily. Now, a lot of restaurants locally don't even do that, so
Yeah.
imagine doing that for thousands of people every day on board a ship. So all the breads, the pastas, you'll see are made fresh every single day.
incredible.
And if you are a vegan or a vegetarian, it's not just a Caesar salad every day and that's your meal. We have really an expansive menu for everyone in that field. So.
I think the other thing too is with the clientele, we've had destination weddings
Yeah.
from A to Z. It's done so well. The weddings out at sea, they have
On
to
the ship?
on the ship.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
yeah.
everything.
that?
We've had different cultures. You have the Irish, marrying another
Yeah.
culture, and then so they make sure that they have the Irish step dance in it. So it's seamless. It works out well. The dining. The group department's done phenomenal. It's the
Yeah.
different groups, and I feel they're very easy to work with. And if we can't get certain situations rectified, I'll call Mark, and Mark will always make sure. He says, "Okay, I'll put you in touch with the guy." So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think we try our best to cater to really everything from celebrations, anniversaries, weddings, birthdays, and even the holidays coming up. So if you're looking to get away for the holidays, get away from the cold, I just did Thanksgiving last year with my family on board, and it was the first time we got away for the holidays.
Yeah.
And sipping a margarita in St. Martin and having
Not
someone
too
else,
shabby.
cook you turkey is not too bad. So if you're looking to get away for the holidays, it's a really great way to travel. Your family's all together. You can get great pictures, and it's really a good time.
And people now are talking more about, instead of gifts, experiences,
Yes.
and that's a great example of that.
Well, you get multi-generations too. You'll have people getting their 60th wedding anniversary, so they want to go with the grandkids, the great-grandkids, and it's just an awesome, what do they want? They want to spend time with one another. So I
Definitely.
think it's a great, so you keep families together.
I think so.
You make all the magic happen. And one of the benefits of, so anybody could just go book a cruise through Celebrity Cruises, but there are so many advantages of using a travel agent.
Yes, we're making sure from point A to Z, everything is taken care of. One of the things we're going to go into is Celebrity goes to many destinations, so we can do the airfare to make sure that if something happens, if there's a storm, we can make sure the person gets there, and also while they're on there, making sure that's a seamless transaction. And that's one of the things Celebrity is really good is the communication. So,
Yeah, I, as a millennial or on the cusp, I think, I don't know, I don't even know anymore. But I always thought, hey, I'm going to go online and I'm just going to do it myself.
Yeah.
Like, that's just my mentality. And it wasn't until I really worked with these travel agents all over the Northeast, especially the Garavanian.
I know we love
Garavanian Travel. They're great, and they're the experts. So if you've never been to a destination, you don't know what to do there, they'll tell you how to get there, what the best thing to do there is. They'll take care of your transportation to and from the ship with the airfare and everything included. They'll talk to me, so if you have any issues or you want some extra perks or whatever may come across your table, they'll be the go-to person. And they really work, I think, 7 days a week, all day long.
Definitely.
I mean, I reach out to them on Sundays sometimes, and they're answering their phones. So I really give them credit. And if you are out there and you think you can book your own travel and do it yourself, or even just book directly with Celebrity, I urge you to use a travel partner, because there's benefits that I do with our travel partners here locally that will benefit you in the long run.
I mean, I can attest to that. I booked my honeymoon through you guys, and then for my husband's 40th birthday, we went away. I ended up being pregnant at the time. That wasn't in the plan when I surprised him. But I remember we got there, I was so tired, and we got this beautiful upgraded room overlooking in Bermuda all the, what was the big boating event that just happened there a couple of years ago? America's Cup?
Yeah, it was
Cup.
Okay, so they were all
America's Cup in Bermuda,
practicing,
yeah.
and that night I said, we're not even leaving the room, let's get room service.
Yeah.
I'm like, a restaurant wouldn't even have a view this good, and that's because I booked through you guys. I wouldn't have had that room without you.
Oh, we appreciate it. And if I was to say one thing, we love what we're doing. I think that makes a big
it's so
difference.
obvious,
It's a joy dealing with the consumers, and it's a seeing the smile when they come back. So.
And it doesn't cost anything.
Thank
No,
you.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
get
Oh, yeah.
nothing
Good point.
extra to go through a travel agent. I think
Very good
people
point.
realize, especially millennials, that it's going to cost an arm and a leg. I can go online and get a discount. Doesn't work that way.
No, yeah, there's a lot of misconceptions of, I'm going to wait last minute and I'm going to book
Yes.
last minute and I'm going to get the best deal. Well, then you won't get the best room, and then you
Right.
won't get the, what you want exactly, and that's not necessarily the deal. With us at Celebrity, what we do is we actually allow you to book ahead up to almost 2 years now, and
Wow,
the
that's
further
great.
out you book, the better off you are with our promotions and incentives, and then you can actually pay it down as you go.
plan.
So you just put down a deposit down on the cruise, it holds you down. You can
Yeah.
actually even put deposits down on air through Celebrity Cruises, and then you pay it down as you go. There's a final payment period, you pay it up until that period, and then you're ready to rock and roll.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we have 5 minutes left. I want to talk about some of the destinations.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
So go.
Okay, so one of them, and we wanted to talk about with the Galapagos Islands. It's a chain of islands off the
Yeah.
coast of Ecuador, and it's just such a beautiful, untouched place. And a lot of people haven't been there because the Ecuadorian government really is restrictive on how many people get to visit the island. It's a chain of islands where there's unique animals like sea iguanas and the blue-footed boobies and the giant tortoises that don't get much, I guess, one-on-one time with humans. So they've never been hunted or trapped, so they're not afraid of you. They'll come right up to you.
Gosh, that
They'll-
sounds amazing.
Yeah, the sea lions will blow bubbles in your face while you're snorkeling. The tortoises will come right up to you. It's really cool, and we have 2 ships there. They're both 100-passenger catamarans. It's all-inclusive. It's a 10-day vacation total, so you fly down to Quito, you stay at a JW Marriott there, and then the next night you actually take a small charter flight to the Galapagos Islands where you do 7 nights of the northern or southern loop of the islands, where you'll do 2 short excursions a day. So you get to go explore, go hiking, go snorkeling, go swimming, or just enjoy yourself on this beautiful catamaran. And then the Celebrity Flora is a brand new ship. It's an all-suite class ship that was designed just for the Galapagos Islands on purpose. It's the only ship there that actually never has to anchor because it uses its GPS and satellite systems to keep it still in place. As a laboratory on the ship, so we're always testing the ecosystems and our impact there. So we really want to try to give back to these islands, and a way is to visit them. And if you haven't been there, it's definitely a bucket list item for you. So you definitely go check it out.
Well, I know where the name celebrity comes from because you must feel like a celebrity
Oh,
when you're doing that. Oh
absolutely.
my gosh, that sounds incredible.
Absolutely.
The one thing Mark is describing is an experience, and
Yep.
they are international. They go everywhere from Australia, all over Africa. But the one thing is experience at the Galapagos. I think this is people looking for the new face to come. Galapagos is, it's not commercialized. It's untouched, like Mark
Yeah.
said. It's
I mean, Charles Darwin discovered it many, many years ago. There's volcanic islands there. There's different animals that are only unique to the chain of islands there that you won't see anywhere else. Like the flightless cormorant. We have cormorants that fly up here in New England. There's a flightless one there that just adapted to the nature around it. It's a really cool experience. And we're speaking about experiences. One great experience you can have on the Flora is glamping at sea. So you
All right,
actually,
you're talking my lingo
there
right
we
now.
go. So you'll sit in these nice cabanas overnight with full butler service that will bring you dinner, food, drinks, and all that, and you get to sleep under the stars on a beautiful catamaran in the Galapagos
That
Islands.
sounds incredible.
So that tell me that's not Instagram worthy or
That is
Facebook
very.
worthy.
I think my next thing I'm going glamping. I'm calling you guys. I mean, like, I got one word, glamping. You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, absolutely.
yes.
So I'm sure you're very active on social media. If
Yep.
people want to kind of get a feel for the different cruises.
Yeah, so if you visit, there's actually Captain Kate. She's the first female captain that to ever captain a vessel, American
Oh my gosh.
vessel.
You go, Captain Kate.
So she's on Celebrity Edge, and she's on
Awesome.
Instagram and Facebook, and she's a really great brand ambassador. I follow her. She travels, obviously, she travels all around the world, and she's great at Instagram. I don't know if that is a talent nowadays, so she's very good at really branding us. And really lastly, I think with Celebrity Cruises, it's an all-inclusive experience. We add perks. If you want to sail with nothing, just bare bones, and just pay for your price and get on board, we allow you to do that. If you want to sail all-inclusive with all the perks included, so you don't have to worry about anything on board, we do that. So really, no matter what kind of sailor you are, you can sail with Celebrity Cruises and have a great time.
It's just a great experience. It really is. It's unique in that, when you walk in, you feel welcome and invited. I'd probably say that's probably the best way to explain it.
Absolutely.
If folks want to book a cruise, how would they do so?
I'd be glad to call us at Garavanian Travel, 978-251-2868, or you can email us at garavaniantravel.com. So we appreciate it. We love what we're doing. We assure you that we'll give you everything we've got to make sure that it's a perfect vacation. The other thing I was going to say too with Celebrity is they have a CEO from Boston.
Yeah.
A female.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Oh my
it's-
God.
Lisa Lutoff Perlo is from Boston,
Great.
Massachusetts, and she one day was sitting in this same chair doing the same job that I'm doing, and she moved up the ladder.
Very
So
cool.
hey, maybe there's hope.
Wow. Remember me. I'm just going to check in with you every once in a while, Mark. Remember me. Thank you both so much for being
Thank you.
here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you all for tuning into Chamber Chat this month. Please check out our website at greaterlowellchamber.org. We have a ton of great stuff going on. We'll see you again next month.
The technology, the creativity,
their own country, but
Lowell Telecommunications Corporation.